to Take It from the Iron Woman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Iron Woman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Iron Woman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take it from the Iron Woman. We have spoken to Maura before. She's a director, advisor, diversity advocate, and multiple Emmy Award-winning producer. Purple Mountain Media is her company. She applies her extensive media and broadcasting experience to client collaborations and develops program initiatives, events, partnerships. She is passionate about diversity, equality, and inclusion. She's a senior advisor and former director of LEAP, a women's leadership acceleration program, and an NGO CSW Advisory Group member for Generation Equality, a United Nations women's initiative. Maura, tell us a little bit about EdSnaps. What is EdSnaps? What can we learn from you?
Well, EdSnaps is a wonderful nonprofit that I met about 3 years ago. I met Dr. C, who's the founder, at a women's event, and I passed by her booth, and three things got me. They were STEM. She works in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. She works with underserved girls, and she works with Bronx schools. Those three things really sort of got my attention because I've done STEM projects when I worked at PBS. I lived in the Bronx when I came from Ireland, and at PBS and through other groups, I work with underserved communities, and I really think that's valuable. I was just very instantly interested in EdSnaps.
I feel the same. I think EdSnaps needs to be known in the world, and I know Dr. C also, with the pandemic, has grown so much. First, she thought she would start in the Bronx, and now she has a project in Ghana, and she has one in South America. With the online platforms, it's possible to reach the whole world.
I agree. I think it definitely has expanded. I've seen older students come in too, so it's not just Bronx-centric anymore. You're right. There are older students coming in and college students, which is really nice to talk to. I'm actually going to be a mentor this summer as well. I'm looking forward to seeing the student that I'm going to get and spend 8 weeks, I think, with the student. Yeah, I'm looking forward to just listening to what they want to say and really kind of take the lead in what I can help them with. You know, no big agenda.
Yeah. And I was a mentor last year, and I offered my services again for this year. It feels like a mentor is a two-way street. It's like sometimes the mentee thinks, I have all the answers. Meanwhile, I do not have all the answers. I learn as much from them as they learn from me. So it's a two-way street when you are a mentor.
Well, I think it's really good because I like to work with different age groups. I really like to work with the multidisciplinary teams. I like to work with different ages, and definitely from young people, you learn a lot. You really do. You kind of put your finger on the pulse of what's going on in their world for either they're a teenager or a young college student. You really get a sense as to what their issues are, their concerns, their challenges, and it's just really good to. It's kind of a reality check really of what's going on in some of those populations. Definitely that's a benefit for us to be tuned in to that. Absolutely. Yeah. And I always ask them, because I'm just curious, because when I used to do television programming, I would do it lots of times for young people. And I would always be interested in what kind of music you're listening to. Who's your favorite right now, you know? And who do you listen to? Do you listen to podcasts? I'm kind of getting them for pop culture too. That's kind of feel like good. Who do you like? Yeah, I love to find out what music and they listen to, what books they're reading.
What is your favorite music?
I like a lot of different music, but I do mix it up. I love The Weeknd. I like Billie Eilish. I love contemporary, and I definitely tune into MTV the music awards because I want to know who the current artists are. I don't want to be removed and kind of like musicians that are like been around for 20 years. And I love you too. They've been around for a long time. I like to know current. I like jazz. And
what is your favorite book?
Gosh, The Underground Railroad was one that I read recently. Well, I read it about over a year ago. Colin Whitehead, I think his name is. He won the Pulitzer Prize for it, but it was about the Underground Railroad. And he made it into a novel. It was a fictional history. He did a lot of research on it, and you really got the sense of what enslaved people were going through. He really personalized it. It was very eye-opening, and his treatment of it through the narrative was really compelling. I mean, I think I read it in 2 days. We was traveling with my husband. We were up the Hudson somewhere, and I was like, every minute I had to sit down, I could pick up the book and just continue with the main character. What's she doing now? I was so drawn in. I really like that book. Yeah.
I love when that happens and you're part of the story. And then I'm almost sad when it ends. You're like, no.
I know. I want to know. I want a sequel. I want a sequel to what's happening to this young woman, but I probably won't do it. But I do think they're making it into a movie. I think Oprah Winfrey might be involved in it. I think she optioned it. That will be interesting to see.
Thank you so much, Maura. What an inspiration. We can learn so much from you. Take it from the Iron Woman. We have episodes every Monday, every Wednesday. Chime in. There's something for everybody. Don't miss out. And Take It from the Iron Woman started actually out as a book. Read, learn from my experience, traveling, working in Switzerland, moving to New York City, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Don't miss out. Learning is growing. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.